I know through her, we have employed more than 35 from Shuka, not from anywhere else, through her, and a number of initiatives. For those who are leaving, you are leaving your job behind. We have something for you as she speaks. So, Madam Winnie Mbugwa is the GM, the General Manager for Jubilee Allianz Kenya Limited. She has a wide experience in the industry. She has worked with banks. She has been the head of bank assurance for big insurance companies. She has also done a lot of work in insurance and marketing. Winnie is passionate about youth empowerment. Winnie is passionate about seeing people grow. Some of us, like me, have grown in her arms. She has really mentored me to be whom I am today, and she keeps on following to ensure we do the right thing. So Winnie comes here to speak to us, to tell us what it is to work in an insurance industry and career in general. But again, there's a program we are running for students. I'll bring it into perspective, and we can employ all of you to work wherever you are. So listen to her, and you'll be able to learn. Winnie, welcome, and talk to our... They are your children now that you are my mom. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. So good afternoon. Let me remove this balakoa. So I'm happy to be here this afternoon, and I know I have a very difficult task being among the last speakers. Therefore, I will not go into a lot of details, and I'll try as much as possible not to repeat things that have already been said. But that said and done, one of the things I would want to re-emphasize is the advantage that you people have. That today you are here and you have an opportunity to learn from others, to learn from those of us who've been ahead of you and give you some path, at least guide you through the path. Some of us, when we were in school, in fact, personally, I never ever had an opportunity like this, be it in high school, be it at the university. So I had to find my way through life. And I can tell you, you're so lucky you have somebody like Honorable Kyogora. When I was finishing university myself, I really wanted to go to the US. And it was difficult those days because, of course, you know, internet is not a very old thing. We didn't have internet. So you can imagine getting information was quite a toll. We had to go to the US Embassy. You pick booklets for many different universities. You come and send applications, and the applications was by post. And sometimes you are never sure whether they arrived. And then after that, you get some regrets. Others don't come back to you. So it was quite challenging. But today, you've got a very good opportunity that you are able to get information so freely, both from the pioneers or those who are ahead of you, from the internet, and from people of goodwill who've really decided to give you an opportunity or to share their experience so that you learn from their path. Now, my task today is very simple, and I'll start off by just introducing myself. As Livingstone said, I've been in this university. I've come here a number of times on different issues, but I've also had an opportunity to speak to students twice. And personally, I've been in the insurance industry for, this should be now about 28 years. I've been in this industry for long. I started my career way back in 1991. That is immediately I finished university. And those days, of course, insurance, people knew very little about insurance. Just like you, I was just lucky that I met some people who had been in the insurance industry when I was at the university, and I got curious, and I asked questions. And to me, it looked like a nice idea, particularly because I'm a person who likes relating with other people. So I felt, wow, this is a career that will give me the opportunity to interact with a lot of people. I liked the people I met. In fact, we had gone for a certain function with the student association. And when I met those people, I just decided this is the career I'll pursue. But of course, as I say, there was not much mentorship. So I jumped into it. And I've been there. To give you a small story about how I started my career, it was very interesting. I finished just before I finished university, my last month, I decided I'll look for a job. So I used to do many applications, like 100 of them. Then I'll go loud. All insurance companies, I applied, all the brokers, I used to go loud and deliver. And then, just before I left, I decided to walk into a certain bank because I knew somebody in that bank who didn't know me, but I used to hear this man is from my village. But of course, he had become rich and moved out and was living somewhere in the suburbs of Nairobi. And I walked there and I decided I'll go there one day very early in the morning. I left the village. I remember we were on a short break just before we finished campus. And I arrived in Nairobi very early by 6:30. So before 7, I was seated somewhere in that company, waiting for the boss. Of course, I knew him from the photos because I had seen him in newspapers. And when he walked in, I knew that is Mr. So-and-so. So I waited and went to the PA and I told her, I can see boss has come. I want to see him. And she's like, do you have an appointment? I said, no, but I have been sent by his classmate from such and such a place. So of course, when she had the village name, I knew this man comes from there. So she opened up and told me, okay, does he know this man? I said, yes, they were classmates. So I was finally ushered in to see this man. I'm talking about this because it's very important to have courage. And the moment I walked into that office, I told him I'm here. I'm doing a degree in insurance. And I explained to him what I had done, what we had covered. And I told him I want a job. And then he asked me, this is a bank, but you've done insurance. Why do you want to work in a bank? And I told him, no, when you're doing Bachelor of Commerce, you can do any kind of business job, any kind of job in the business world. So for me, even if you give me any job in the bank, I'll be willing to work here. Luckily, they had just acquired an insurance firm. I was not even aware. So as we are talking, he tells me, by the way, we've just acquired a certain insurance firm by this name, and I think you fit there more. Interesting, he asked me, when do you want to report? Because they were already recruiting. And I told him, actually, I can start as soon as we finish. I'm finishing my exams next week. And that is exactly what happened. I finished my exams on a Tuesday, packed my bags, took them up country, and then on Monday reported. I actually started working with them without an appointment letter. I later realized that was very reckless of me, but I didn't know and I didn't care. It's an opportunity. So I worked for the first 2 weeks before I was called by HR for an appointment letter. So courage. Guys, sometimes you have to have courage. So you can hear about these opportunities, go for them. Otherwise, my career, I've worked in the insurance industry. I've mainly predominantly in the sales side. I've come to love selling. When I came to Nairobi, of course, that first job, it was to look for business. I was employed in the business development. I started looking for contacts and talking to customers of that bank which had acquired that organization with the insurance organization. And that's how I've grown my career. I've had the opportunity, I've worked for different companies like Minet, licensing to a sector head. That's where I did the better part of my career. I've worked for Equity Bank. I started their bank assurance. I was there for 7 years. And I think through there is where, as Livingston has said, we were able to really support a lot of students because as a new growing company, we were forever employing new graduates. I worked for KCB as the group head of bank assurance. I also started their bank assurance business. I was there for almost 5 years. And now I'm at Jubilee and I'm general manager. Of course, currently taking care of sales and distribution. So that has been my long career. Now, in the insurance industry, we have 4 arms. And I'll quickly just go through the opportunities that are available in that industry. We have the general insurance arm. We have the health arm, or health insurance arm. We have the life insurance arm, and we have the pensions arm. Another opportunities, huge opportunities. The insurance industry has been growing over the last, I can say 10 years on average. It has enjoyed a growth of above 8%. Very few industries have enjoyed that kind of growth. In fact, other than the last 3 years where it has slowed down to about 3% or thereabout, for almost about 15 years, the insurance industry was growing at about 10% per annum. And it's an industry in Kenya today. The industry is worth over 232 billion annualized premium per annum. And it's growing, every year is growing. So we are soon going to be talking about 250 billion. And what is even more interesting is there are still a lot of opportunities. Why? Because today, how many Kenyans, for instance, take insurance? Very few. So we still have a huge opportunity. We have huge masses of our population that still don't understand about insurance. That tells you that the opportunity in this sector is still massive. And you can enter into this sector through different career paths. One of the career paths, which I'm sure that's what majority of you know about, and possibly that's why we struggle sometimes to convince people to do insurance, is sales. You can do insurance and come and go into business development. And in that, you can either be a relationship manager, you can be a salesperson, you can even decide to employ yourself and become an agent. There are people who leave college and directly go into being agents. And just to mention, just before I came here, I had to pass through a friend who lost his father, and we were burying his father today. This gentleman, we were together in college, but he decided to become an agent. Today, he can actually employ me and several other people like me. He's extremely wealthy, but that's the career he chose. So they are different. That's one of the paths you can pursue. You can decide to become an underwriter. You do insurance, you do the technical papers, either the local diploma AIK or ACI, then become an underwriter. These are the people who evaluate the business that come into the company. You evaluate it against what the company would desire to have in their books. You evaluate the technical aspects of that business, and then the business is accepted into the company. Those are called underwriters. And all these 56 insurance companies in this market have underwriters. And it's a good career. You can start down there as an underwriting assistant, go all the way to become the head of underwriting. There is also an opportunity we call operations. You can become an operations person. Insurance has a lot of operational issues within the system. So you can do operations management or any other degree in business and then decide to pursue a career in operation management. And today we even have some universities in Kenya that are actually offering a master's in operation management. So you specialize in that area, and finally you can go all the way to become the COO, the Chief Operations Officer, or even a Group Chief Operations Officer for one of the insurance companies. There is also what we call actuarial, and I'm sure I don't know whether we offer actuarial science in this university. It's another area with huge opportunities. You can do actuarial science and then from there do a postgraduate diploma in actuarial and then become an actuary. And you could actually get an opportunity to even go and pursue further studies in actuarial. I know the Insurance Regulatory Authority always gives scholarships to at least 5 to 10 people every year to go and pursue further studies in actuary, and then you become an actuary. And all these opportunities are there because today is mandatory for every insurance company to have an actuary. You can also decide to go into finance. So even if you do a degree in insurance, you can decide I'll pursue CPA and then become a finance person. And it's very important if you are going to get into a finance role in the insurance industry, that you understand the dynamics allowed insurance so that you become a better finance person, because it's an industry then you appreciate and fully understand. You can also be a lawyer. You can do insurance and decide later to go into legal, or do law and later get into the insurance industry. There are a lot of lawyers employed by insurance companies. These lawyers particularly support us in suing liability claims against other parties. Some of the department, there are companies in the market who actually have over 30 lawyers in their legal department. So that's another great opportunity that you can pursue. You can also decide to be an IT person. Today, as we had business-driven digital, so you find, the insurance companies, We have big IT departments that are driving everything. We've been automating literally everything. Today, for instance, at Jubilee, you can buy a motor policy or a home insurance policy or a travel insurance. Talk of whatever personal insurance you want through our portal. You just go to our Jubilee portal and you buy the end-to-end. You apply, you put the details, you upload the logbook and any other documents required, you pay through M-Pesa or you throw your card, and you get whatever cover you wanted. If it's a certificate, it's sent to you on your email or WhatsApp, and you close the deal. So we are moving more and more into automation. So there are opportunities in IT and also in the digital side of the business. We have a whole team that is looking at digital solutions. That's basically e-commerce. And then we have this other group we call claims. The claims department, you can become a claims adjuster. And in claims, we have many people. You may have pursued the course we call forensic science, and then you decide to work in the insurance industry. So you come in and you become a forensic expert who supports us in authenticating the claims that are lodged to confirm that they are actually genuine. So we have forensic people, forensic experts in the company. You can also become a loss adjuster, or you can become a claims adjuster who helps in the management and evaluation of the claims that are meted. So even within the claim, then you can even become a legal claims person who supports with the pursuit of claims against third parties. So within claims, again, is a whole range of opportunities that exist. So what am I saying? We have very many opportunities in the insurance industry. And today, I don't think there's anybody who can say that they have pursued a course in insurance or a degree in insurance and they struggle to get an opportunity when they finish university. In fact, the challenge we normally have is getting enough people. Because you find, of course, people do many types of degree, but they also, today you have to look at which industries are growing and which industries might give you an opportunity very quickly to get into the work environment. So for me, is to encourage particularly those who are in second year, who are now looking at what would they want to pursue. That's a good opportunity, and it's a good area that you can pursue their career. It does not disappoint, because one thing I love about the insurance career is it's very dynamic. It's very dynamic, it's ever changing. Every year, every day you hear there are new kinds of insurance covers coming up. Today we have cyber risk, because of all these criminal activities by cyber criminals. So previously we never used to have things like terrorism. Now we have political risk covers. So every day we are designing and coming up with new covers. You even find now we are covering things like human-wildlife conflict insurance, which deals with the conflict between the humans and animals. So every day we are looking at what is happening. So it's a very dynamic area. Every day we are looking at what new solutions can be developed to support this industry. So you're most welcome, and for me is to encourage you. There is a whole range of career options that you can pursue once you get into the industry. And what is even more important is that you can navigate from one career to another within the industry. Personally, I've been in operations, I've been in sales, I've been in management, administration, I've been in different things, different roles within the industry. But my initial training was insurance. And of course, after that, I pursued what we call the ACII. ACII is an international diploma in insurance. And it means when you have that, you can work anywhere in the world. And as you look at those opportunities globally that you are talking about, if you decide to pursue the insurance career, I always encourage students, if you can even afford when you're still at the university, do your postgraduate diploma. And it's even better if you can do the international postgraduate diploma. Some of my former workmates now work outside the country. I've been to seminars, conferences, like I know in South Africa, I have 3 of my former colleagues who are senior. One of them is a CEO. We did insurance together. They did ACII and left the country. One of them left immediately after because she had already done the ACII. I went to Canada another time and I was shocked to bump into somebody in a conference who again was a a college mate incidentally who did a different line of, pursued a different line of degree, but later went into the insurance industry. But what I'm saying is today the market, the world has become a farage. So whatever career you pursue, make yourself relevant. Keep yourself relevant. Ensure that you stay digital. You need to really understand IT. It's very, very critical. Everything is going digital. So if you don't have the digital knowledge, you struggle a lot to survive. So if you can even do some courses alongside your degree, something around IT, it's very important to keep yourself relevant, because then it means it becomes very easy to work anywhere in the world. And today you can work anywhere. You can actually... In the company I'm working today, recently we were just acquired by a German company. Allianz Group is the largest insurance company in the world. Today, they are telling us that you are free to apply for any job. So if I see a job in Munich today and I want to work there, I'll just apply. You can work anywhere. And you can see we have more and more international companies, or even our own local companies going regional and international, which means you can be posted anywhere. If you're working for, even for instance, a local bank, you could find yourself working in Rwanda, you could find yourself working in DRC, and soon maybe they'll go to the Asian continent. So we need to make ourselves relevant. And there's one thing I know Honorable has talked about the program they are doing. But there's also something I've noted, that a lot of us students, I don't know whether we take advantage of the opportunities. Well, I believe we do. But there are so many opportunities globally also for scholarships. And don't ignore those things. There are so many scholarships. I don't know how many of you have ever tried to look at what comes up, for instance, in the Scholars Hub. How many of you have subscribed to Scholars Hub? Scholars Hub, please subscribe. Scholars Hub is a platform through which most of the, and I think 95% of scholarships across the world are aggregated into that platform and shared with people. So you have to subscribe, you have to go in, register and subscribe. There's nothing you pay. So that all scholarships come in, you keep on popping up, and you get opportunities in that. 2 students who just left the country, in fact one left a week ago, to become she's gone to do medicine in one of the top universities in the US. The other one has gone to do what they call something along medicine line. I can't remember the degree. The degree is something on biotechnology. Yes, biotechnology. She's gone to do it in a top university in Germany. Full scholarship. Fully paid, everything. You get pocket money, everything. Free air ticket. Those students got everything. And I can tell you, those 2 girls, they got that through that Scholars Hub. So let's also be aggressive. I said you are lucky you are living at a time where information is freely available. Let's take advantage of these things. When you go for graduation in a lot of these international universities, you find a lot of students graduating from Korea, from India. Sometimes you ask yourself, is it that they are better than us? No, they take advantage. They'll scout around for every free opportunity that is available, and they'll go for it. And all you need is to understand what is required for these courses. Then you start preparing yourself early enough. So even if you do that insurance, you can go and become an insurance expert in Canada. You can go and become one in America. This is an industry which you'll find it's everywhere in the whole world. Whatever other course you do, you can work in any part of the country, of the world. And today you've got to be open and ready to work in every part of this world, because opportunities are, they are available everywhere. Today when you look at opportunities like nursing has become a huge opportunity. We already heard about what is happening in the US. In the UK right now, the government is actually facilitating nurses who don't have jobs to go to the UK. The UK wants 10,000 nurses from Kenya. So for those who have done a degree in nursing or a diploma and they have the good grades, it's very easy to get that opportunity. In the insurance industry, we also employ them. In fact, where Livingston works, the department where he works, they employ a lot of nurses. I think we have over 100 nurses in the company and almost about 10 doctors working for us in the company. So you can see the opportunities are everywhere. Sometimes today when I talk to some students closely, they'll tell you, oh, you know, the world has become difficult, there are no jobs. The jobs are there. Open your eyes and look for them. And be open to opportunities. Don't just move around your affair and start saying there are no opportunities. Because when you open your eyes and you interact and you engage with other people, there are a lot of opportunities. So I'll just, as I move towards closure, mention a few what I call life skills, some very critical life skills for you as a young person. Because I think personally when I look at where I am, these are skills that have really helped me to move and navigate through life. Of course, life is not easy. So you have to be a bit harder than life itself for you to do well in life. One of the critical ones is communication skills. If your communication skills are poor, and good communication skills does not mean that you are a person who let me use that language we use, yapping, you know. Being quiet does not mean you don't have good communication skills. There's a big difference between being an extrovert and being good in communication. But you need to really develop your communication skills so that you are able to state and clearly state what you require and what you want for yourself in life. And you are able to walk into anybody's office and any place where there are opportunities and I say that I qualify, I can do that job. I want to be given that opportunity because you need to have that confidence. The other one, and I like talking about it, is courage. Nothing will kill you because of having courage. And again, courage is not being an extrovert. There are people who are very quiet but extremely courageous. You need to be courageous in life. Today, the world of today has no time for timid people, unfortunately. So you need to be somebody who is able to express yourself, who is able to have courage, to approach other people for information, to approach other people for support, to even approach other people when you have personal issues so that they are able to come in and support you. The other one you require is very good relationship skills because that's what helps you make connections. You need to be able to relate to other people, to keep these friendships, to develop the friendship so that over time, these are the same people that you use as your bridges. And it's good I mentioned when I'm on that when you get opportunities, for instance, also, don't be mean. We need to be people who open opportunities for other people. And you'll never be disappointed. I just want to make some few comments. 3 of my former house girls all live abroad. One of them is a doctor now in Switzerland. The other one is a senior nurse with a master's, again the same country in Switzerland, taking care of ICU patients. The other one is a nurse in Germany. These girls, they worked for me. One of them for quite some time. But opportunities came. So through my relationship, I understand this is a program taking people as house girls to go to US. You work for professional people or career people, and they in turn allow you to go to the university. And I quickly help them to, to open that route. And I can tell you what those people have done for their families. Like one of the girls, it's just amazing. From a very, very needy background today, even her own sister, who follows her today, is a pharmacist. And she recently migrated to the United States with her husband, who is a doctor. Because this girl, when she got that opportunity, she also educated all her siblings. One of the other, who is a brother, is a high school teacher. And the other one is a theologian, now with a degree as an assistant pastor in one of the mainstream churches. And she has educated them. If you go to the home and you see the kind of home she has built her parents, and buying a pickup for her father, that's why I'm saying when you see get opportunities, don't close the bridge and burn it. You must always leave the bridge open and even make it wider for others to follow. Because then when you help other people, the cyclic effect, and I liked what Hannah said, the cyclic effect of you going, for instance, getting an opportunity to go there is not just about you. It's the impact you have on other people who allowed you and who you are able to help to expand their territories. So relationships help a lot because that's how you get to know what is happening. Some of us, of course, because we relate a lot, sometimes you get to know a lot of things. And it's important because then you come across opportunities that can help other people. The other very critical characteristic or very critical skill today is adaptation to change. Be a person who is ready for change. By the way, change is today's world is so dynamic. Change has become inevitable. It's become part and parcel of our lives. So don't stay here. Like I see some people say, hey, me, I did a degree in law. I cannot do a law career. Never. You should be willing to change to anything. If you get an opportunity and you did law and you get an opportunity and you think by doing pursuing another finance degree, I can get this good career which is open for me, pursue it. Don't be a rigid person. So you need to be very, very flexible. Even when you start working, you should be open enough that if tomorrow you are told, by the way, now we want to transfer you to DRC or we want to transfer you to Ghana, you just go. I've actually noted, for instance, my former colleagues who accepted to move to other jobs in other parts of the world, most of them have become very successful. And many of us were saying, oh, you know, I have a young children now, this issue moving out it's going to complicate life. People move on. They go to those opportunities and they really expand their boundaries. So be open to change. Be adaptive. Continuously improve yourself. That's another very important skill. That you have to be a person who is continuously looking for, how do I improve myself? Today there are a lot of even virtual courses. Do virtual courses as you continue with your degree. Or as you're looking for a job, continue improving yourself. When you see an opportunity to work somewhere, irrespective of the fact that that may not be your core career that you wanted to pursue, go for it. Start doing something. Maybe in the course of doing whatever you think beneath you is where you actually get the opening to the career that you want to pursue. The final one I can talk about, there are many things we can talk, but the final one I can talk about, and it's important to talk about this because it has become evidently a big problem, especially since the time COVID came in, is self-care. Be a person who takes care of yourself. Self-care, how do you take care of yourself? One is by, of course, there are many ways of taking care of yourself, like meditating. You need to be also a person who has a close link with your maker. You need to be a person who continuously does exercises. I know a lot of people don't exercise, and that's the reality, especially in our country. So self-care, there are many ways of taking care of yourself and ensuring that your well-being, spiritually, physically, emotionally, is good, because that's what also helps you to prepare yourself to the next level. Now, as I finish, is to remind ourselves that remember you have your own life. Your life is your life. Never ever compare yourself with others. And that's why I always say, when you think that there is a career you would want to pursue and think it suits you and it fits within your plans, just go ahead. A lot of times we get discouraged. When I decided to pursue insurance, of course at that point, first of all, my parents wanted me to be a lawyer. I never wanted to be a lawyer, so I rejected that. I went to do commerce. Then you can imagine I selected insurance, and my parents were not very amused because by then insurance looked like it was for the people who had failed in life. So they could not understand why you are a bright student and you've selected insurance. What's wrong with you? But I was so convinced. After meeting these people from the insurance industry and interacting with them, I thought this is the career I want to pursue. So people tried to dissuade me, but I had already made up my mind, and I've never regretted. So the moment you identify what you want to be in life, don't allow a lot of noise. Sometimes you have to close your ears and even eyes to noise and decide this is what I want to do. And that comes also out of having your personal plan. Please, and I think another speaker talked about this before, have a personal plan. As you sit here, you are second year, you should be thinking, where do I want to be in 10 years? Remember, the moment you conceptualize it, it is very possible for it to become a reality. Because the moment you conceptualize and you believe in the idea, then you are able to put all your energy towards achieving what you've conceptualized and what you aim to become. So it's good to have your personal plan, personal life plan, Well, life may not always go as per plan, but when you have a plan, it is much easier even to navigate through when you come across turbulence in life. So don't just exist. You need to live. You need to have a life plan. And if you that life plan regularly, every beginning of the year, even sit down and decide, what do I want to achieve? What do I want to make of my life this year? Then keep on evaluating yourself quarterly, every 6 months after the year. What did I achieve out of what I intended to do? Then that way it's very easy and it's very possible to have some good clarity in life, to have in mind what you want to be, what kind of career you want, and you ultimately pursue it. And I'm telling you, I say that when you conceptualize, you get it. The lady, one of the ladies I was talking about recently left. In fact, the one who left a week ago to one of the top medical schools in the US. That girl, she didn't manage. She got, I think, a B+, and she really wanted to do medicine. She was so frustrated. She decided to do a certain science course at the University of Nairobi, but she decided in her life, in her mind, that she still wanted to do education. To become a doctor. And so she started looking for a scholarship. That girl was telling me she applied every opportunity for medicine. She was applied, and she got a full scholarship. In fact, she arrived in the US where she was going, I think just about Tuesday this week. So you can see, because it's something she had already conceptualized and decided, I want to become a doctor. She wants to be an orthopedic surgeon, one of the top, as she says. So she decided, this path seems not to have been blocked because I didn't get the A, but I will still become that orthopedic surgeon. She's starting her classes on the 27th of September. And I can see now she'll get to work. So please, let's plan, let's have clear goals about our lives. And I think with clear goals, with our faith, working hard towards it, because again, there's no shortcut to hard work, so don't think that you just exist in life and things will just happen. And of course, faith in God, you'll never go wrong. So again, I welcome those who would want to pursue a career in our industry, insurance. You're most welcome, and I'll be available for any further question, clarification, or support that you would want. I think I've supported a lot of people coming to this industry, and I don't think I've seen anyone regret. So thanks a lot, and have a great afternoon, and I wish you well as you continue with your studies. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Winnie. Actually, we are concluding.